Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. I am hoping that Tina joins me here in a bit. She was going to, and then I don't know where she is. I've lost Tina. Anyhow, I'm sure she's fine, but we will see what happens. Let me make sure. Oops. Let's do this. Make sure that I can hear. Everything is good on the audio. All right. I think I'm good there. And perfect. So, hello everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It is the 10th of April. We have got 5 more days for meltables, 7 more days till Easter. And I have to say, Easter is like my slowest day, my slowest holiday for Amazon selling from all of them, which kind of surprised me. I thought maybe Christmas Day would be. She just messaged me. Her phone was on silent. Oh, okay, good. Hold on. Now she's calling. Tina, go log in. I know I'm live, talking to you live on the thing. So come join. Bye. She put her phone on silent. Goof. Hi Rachel, how are you doing? Okay, so Tina should be joining any second here now. And yeah, I was surprised that Easter is our slowest, or my slowest holiday. What's your slowest holiday? I would be interested in knowing that. I thought maybe like Halloween would be a slow day, or Thanksgiving, or even New Year's. But Easter is my worst day of sales throughout the whole year. So waiting for Tina to pop in. The first question that I have on my boards was pertaining to something about pulling into the year reports, and I don't know the answer to it, but somebody posted that the accountant tells them that they need to have an order. The order report from Amazon isn't sufficient proof since it doesn't contain Amazon's business info, like their legal name and address. Is there a way to get Amazon's address and name on the PDF? I'm not sure what report they're pulling, but for end of the year reports, you're pulling reports for your CPA to do an inventory evaluation, and you don't need, it's not like something that you need Amazon's name on it. So I'm not quite sure what they're referring to. There we go. You're all right in. Uh-oh. And oh, you froze for a second there.
Hi, I am so sorry. My phone was on silent, and I looked at my phone thinking Lucy should be calling me.
Yes, I messaged. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, when your phone's on silent, this is what happens.
I put my phone on silent yesterday, and then I had my uncle call, followed by my mother, and I thought that my other uncle was hurt because I'm like, oh my gosh, they both called in the span of like 20 minutes, which was curious in of itself. So, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good. All right, we're just doing Q&A today, so if anybody has any comments, questions, things they want to share or ask about, please put them in the comments here and we'll answer them live. If not, and you're watching like a replay or something, we will get to you on the next one. So
let's talk.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm finding a question. I had a couple happy birthdays. It was Tina's birthday on Monday, our friend Sean's on Tuesday, my birthday on Wednesday. So it was a birthday week. Did you have a good birthday, Tina?
I did.
Good.
Did you get my present I sent you in the mail?
I did. Yet? I'm wearing it. I came home to this just a few minutes ago, but I couldn't tell. Is it Braille or is it stars?
It's the consolation.
That's what I thought. I was 99% sure, but I was feeling it. I'm like, well, maybe it's for Braille.
Yeah.
It's very cute. I love it. Thank you. Okay, question number, we'll call this question 1 since my other question wasn't really good. Is the end of the year inventory the cost of goods or how much they can be sold for? It's the cost of goods. Mm-hmm. What you're trying to capture for end of the year report is how much inventory, the value of it, how much money capital is tied up in your inventory that didn't sell that's rolling into this next year. Do you have anything to add to that? That one's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, it's the value of your dollar tied up in it.
Yep. What is the link for Ed's Facebook group? I will put that down, but if you research it, it's like ASTG fudge. I will put the link for it because I don't remember. All right, this one's a good one from Judy. What do you think about wholesale drop shipping? Would Amazon still have a problem with drop shipping?
It can be dangerous, definitely drop shipping, in my opinion. And who are you drop shipping it from? I do know of a couple of reputable vendors from the World Market Center that actually do offer drop shipping to your clients, and it's from right here in the US. I would I would consider trying that with one of those kind of vendors, but for the most part, I've always been a little bit scared of it. I think it could be quite risky. People have gotten their accounts shut down over um, bad drop shipping experiences.
From what I know, drop shipping in the broad sense is a way to get your account deactivated and not be able to get it reactivated pretty darn quick. It is against terms of service. And then how you define drop shipping, I think, is where you'd need to go in and see how it's defined and if what you're trying to do is defined as that. If you're going to sell on Amazon and drop ship it from a Walmart, that's absolutely wrong.
You
If
have to
you
be
have,
service.
yeah, if you have a wholesale partner that you do business with and they will ship directly to your customers, that might not be considered drop shipping, but I don't know. And that's a fine line. And if you get caught on the wrong side of that line, trying to prove and get out of the trouble could be problematic.
I actually experienced trying drop shipping a while back just to try it, but I did
Mm-hmm.
it through Facebook Marketplace, and I was drop shipping from Walmart. I did, I think, 5 orders just to see what it was all about. Not only was it uncomfortable to me, but also what you were making was not as much money as you could have made if you just bought the item and sold it on Amazon because of the way that the fees were. And it's like you were putting out, say, $13 to make $3. It just really wasn't, it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But that was just my experience for a very short lived time.
Now I have, when I'm looking at you, your video has been a little on the laggy side. I don't know if that's because we're streaming to two
Mm.
platforms, but I don't know if there's any way to increase the quality of your video. Your
Oh,
audio is fine, but
oh, I don't know because you're fine to me.
hmm,
So it might just be me.
it might be. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I would not do drop shipping unless if I had a Shopify store that I was doing it with. And I have heard of some places that are now doing like they'll hold your items and they'll fulfill your orders as well. And I haven't tried any of those. So it's kind of like a prep center, but they'll also do FBM orders
Yeah,
for
there's a
you.
lot of neat stuff out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I don't think, to me, that wouldn't be considered drop shipping. Like I order my stuff and then it just goes to this warehouse and then they fulfill the orders for me. So it's not the traditional drop shipping that people are upset about. You know, people were getting angry because they would order something from Amazon and it would be drop shipped from Walmart or from China shop and it would be fake, it would be not packed well, it would be a bad customer experience.
Yeah,
And
and then
because
that's
it
what
got a,
makes you shut down.
yeah, and because it got a bad taste in the mouth, a lot of, they flat out say no drop shipping, but then you have a lot of different business models that you're like, wait a minute, is that drop shipping? That's kind of like it, but not really. Sort of kind of.
And
Anyhow.
there are a lot of people that do drop shipping. There's a lot of ways to make money online. That's just not one I'm personally interested in.
Yeah. All right. Shane says, do you do FBM? And if so, how do you get affordable shipping? I find that paying FBA fees is cheaper for the most part than shipping, or just about the same.
Well, I do fulfilled by merchant orders as well as FBA. So I do a mixture of both. So I am usually shipping out orders, at least one item every day with Amazon. There are some items that I make more money fulfilled by merchant than I do FBA. And the fees are more when it's FBA than it is on fulfilled by merchant. And it's usually items that are being shipped first class, the lightweight.
Mhm.
And you know when you plug it into Inventory Lab how much you're going to make, or in your Amazon seller app. Um, But there are some items I do make more money shipping them fulfilled by merchant.
Interesting. Um, Tyler had a question, but I'm not sure if he is for reals or just trolling, and it only showed up in my comments. It's not over on the other board, which is kind of weird. So we will just bypass that for right now.
I can't see the comments.
Well, that's all right. Not missing much. Sorry to hear about my mom. My mom is recovering from COVID. She has tested negative along with her friend. My sister-in-law got it and my nephew got it, and they are all doing well. So I'm happy about that. So thank you very much. Somebody says they have not been able to find any bras in Burlington for about
Ugh,
3 months.
ain't that the truth?
Oh,
I went to Burlington just this last week and
mhm.
took a stroll over by the bra section, and it was a lot of empty gaps. And then the ones that were on the rack available are the ones that nobody wants.
Yeah. We went to 2 Rosses yesterday, and I bought $100 worth of bras at one, and the other one pretty much like nothing.
Mhm.
There was not just nothing, and it wasn't just in the bra section; it was in all the sections. And then I went to Burlington a couple of uh, weeks ago, and there was nothing as well. So it was just, yeah. And I've heard other people say that Kohl's is really bad too, and some other things. Just nobody's having really good luck at any of those stores.
I will say that I went to Marshall's and I found Squishmallows there.
Really?
Hmm.
I had on my Facebook page Five Below have Squishmallows for $6.
Yes.
And I found one that was good, and then I like found 8 that were not good. So I didn't really, and there was a limit of 2. So maybe if you have a Five Below near you that you can go into the store and not have limits and shipping and all that good stuff, it might be worth it if anybody is interested in that. Silly question. This is about ungating. Silly question, but is it worth it? Nike ungating, that is. I've heard there was a lot of try it before you buy it on Amazon. Is there a lot of returns for Nike? I don't sell a lot of Nike, so I don't know if I could answer that. And I don't think you do either,
I
do
don't
you?
sell enough of it to be able to answer that.
Yeah.
I have in the past because of the Nike outlet stores. So
Mhm.
I would buy, you know, Nikes when I would go in there. I do have a friend that does sell a lot of Nikes, and but most of them are here in the U.S. But most of them are being sold to Canadians. Um, so he loves buying and selling Nike because of the Canadian market. He never mentioned to me that he gets a lot of returns. I didn't ask, but he seemed to really love that. So I would say just try it. I mean, you'll find out. You won't know till you try.
I think for clothing, every time I've calculated my return percentage, it's been around 13-15% for clothing. So
Yeah.
it's not been outrageous. And a lot of them just get returned and then shipped. They go back to Amazon, and then they just get resold. I
Hmm.
had 3, they've already been packed up, but I had 3 bras this week that got returned to me that the customer had just tried them on. It didn't work. And it got back to me, still had the tags on it. We just, refolded it and sent it right back to Amazon. So I'm not out anything.
Yeah, I only once had a bra returned to me without tags when I've sold them,
Mhm.
and then I've had Amazon ship me back a bra that was never mine to begin with. I mean, I do get that
Yeah. I
sometimes.
got a different size. That was one of the bras is a completely different size than what we shipped in.
Yeah.
Um, that, or I guess we could have made a mistake and labeled the wrong stuff, or scanned in the wrong thing. But instead of a 44D, it's a 42D. So I don't know if there was a little bait and switch or if we actually did it wrong.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
'cause
I'll
sometimes
just
when you
reset.
scan the UPC, it
Hmm.
sometimes will scan a wrong size. I have caught
Yeah.
errors like that because in the beginning when I was doing Amazon, I was mostly only selling clothing, and
Hmm.
I did get a lot of returns, but I don't feel like I really got any more than I do now. And they usually just got put in and resold again. But I loved when I had a good source for clothing. I
Hmm.
loved selling clothing.
Yeah, I
I
do
don't have
too.
that supplier anymore, so I don't sell a lot of clothing now.
I am, thinking with my warehouse and just in general, if the supply gets back to normal or whatnot, normal, whatever normal is, but if we could find things, I wouldn't mind having a shopper that just shopped for clothes
Yeah,
on a daily basis.
yeah.
If I could have, but
I love the return on clothing, I really do.
mhm. Yeah, the return on clothing is really good. It's easy to pack. There's so many good things about it.
Mhm.
I can't pay somebody to go to a store and find 3 items, and 3 items isn't going to pay their wage. So,
Yeah, and men return clothing less than women. So,
yep.
I mean, whoever asked that, you can consider just trying to only source and scan men's clothing because there's a less return rate.
Yeah, but bras are so easy.
Well, that's a different story. Allergies.
Yeah. Oh, my eyes are like caked
And
dirt
it's been
today.
windy here, and it's gonna be windier tomorrow, and my house is surrounded with pine trees, so I've got all the yellow outside and all that. I don't know, it's like looks like little worms that come off the trees, I don't know, the pollen stuff is everywhere.
Somebody's talking about for the year-end reports that their spreadsheet doesn't look like mine. You just got to format it up a little bit. It's it's just a little bit of formatting. It wasn't anything great. And make sure you're not, if you're downloading and it comes in like a text, you have to do Control A to select everything, Control C to copy it, Control V to pop it into a spreadsheet. And make sure if you are in Excel, if you double click on a square and then try to copy your data, that's going to look different and be a different function than if you just one click select a cell and
And
paste.
if
So
you're
that
like me, I have to ask Lucy how to do that because I she makes it sound like, "Oh, all you do is just click." But I also struggle with the Google Sheet formula. So if you struggle, you're not alone. I'm with you too.
Billy says also baby clothes don't get returned. Yes, I love baby clothes if I can find them.
Yes, and when I did a lot of baby clothes, I used to go to Carter's. I don't know if Carter's is good now, but when I went to Carter's at the outlet mall, I always scanned Preemie. Preemie, um, there was never as big of a selection, and Preemie was always my best selling for baby clothes at Carter's.
Okay. I almost went into the Carters. We went to the outlets on Saturday. My friend Heather and I, and almost went into Carter's if we had more time. We wound up going to other stores instead. It
Yeah,
was hard to make a decision.
yeah.
I used to do, what is it, the clearance at the Carter's store. Sometimes the clearance sections when they had big sales and things like that.
And it was Millie that said about the baby.
Hmm.
If Millie, if you'd comment, I'm curious if you do still sell a lot of baby clothes, and are you getting like the safety documents like we are with toys? I've kind of steered clear of baby clothing because I was afraid that Amazon's going to want safety documentation on baby things. A few
For
years ago, I was having custom bibs made in China and
mhm.
shipped to me to sell because I was doing really well with seasonal baby bibs and I had them made at a factory in China.
I know that pajamas were getting stocked up, but I don't know about the. I haven't had any. I haven't had any on my clothes, but I've sold like maybe 10 pieces of baby
Yeah,
clothing.
so like
But
I
yeah,
that's
Millie,
when
if you
I
know,
started veering away from the baby stuff because I thought I don't want to buy all that and
she says she does still and not been asked. So
oh, well,
there
that's
you go.
good to know. Thank you. You maybe opened up another opportunity for me to jump back into some baby stuff. Plus, it's fun to source because it's so cute.
Yep. She says cross your fingers, ain't that
Yeah, yeah, right. I was like, yeah, I wish this was a wood table. It's a plastic table.
Somebody wrote that if the return says damage, will Amazon reimburse you since they accepted the damaged product back? You do, yes. If you get an item back and it says damaged, I've got right here like a Playtex. It's like a Playtex bra. This is the wrong size one, and you get your little square ticket back. And I believe this one says defective. I want to say defective and damaged both get a reimbursement back.
But
um,
sometimes you have to fight them to get it.
yeah, yeah.
I won a case at Halloween.
Okay.
Somebody bought, and you'll remember this, somebody had bought from me a baby costume for Halloween. They then returned it in the middle of November after Halloween was over. And when they shipped it back, the little baby socks that went to it were dirty. Like the toddler had been running around in it. The front of the costume, you could feel the crunchy, like babies suck on candy and they drooled it on their outfit. It had that crunchy drool. Like it
Mhm.
was a filthy, dirty. Their baby wore it for Halloween, and
Oh,
I had to fight Amazon to get my money back. I was like, this is unsellable. Like, and so I did end up winning, but I had to go round and round with them on it. And it used to be just simple. And then recently I had a Squishmallow returned to me with ink on it, like a from the pen,
mhm,
two little small ink spots. And Amazon did not refund me the full amount, even though I kept reiterating and showing pictures of the ink on it. They
mhm.
only gave me a partial refund for it.
Yeah, I don't think they ever refund in full. It's a percentage.
Well, I did get a full refund on the baby one, but not the Squishmallow.
Huh. Interesting. And do you know if the my question would be if the costume was just a regular customer return or was it a return damaged?
No, it was a regular customer. They were both merchant fulfilled items. Neither
Okay.
one were FBA. They were merchant fulfilled, and they were both just returned for, like, I changed my mind.
Ah, yep. Then yeah, those ones you need to fight.
Mhm.
When it goes through FBA and it comes back, if it's defective or damaged, you should be reimbursed. And it's not a full amount. It's a
Yeah.
percentage. It's a
Because Amazon
calculation.
is always getting tougher and tougher to fight, tougher and tougher to make listings. It used to be so easy to make a listing if you just had the UPC and the item. Not now. I
Yeah.
mean, now you have to get approval. It's only for, 72 hours, and everything is constantly changing.
Yep. I do see that too. Could you speak on how you track report any sales to Canada or Mexico? Do you manually adjust your inventory in Inventory Lab? Inventory Lab pulls your inventory from Amazon. So say you have 10 widgets and 2 go to Mexico and your total inventory is 8. Amazon will now knows that it's 8 and inventory will pull that. You'll get a little like red adjustment and you can go in and manually do that, but your numbers are pulled off of what Amazon says you have. So when you go to pull your inventory valuation, it's going to value it off of what Amazon says, not what Inventory Lab thinks you should have. So yeah, you could go in and fix it so Inventory Lab matches up with Amazon manually, which is a pain in the butt. And I don't really have any reason to do that because I asked them this specific question for my CPA. I'm like, well, when she pulls the value of what my inventory is, if Amazon says I have 100 items, but Inventory Lab says I have 150, what do your numbers go off of? And she says they always go off of the Amazon pulled numbers. So every once in a while I'll go in there and I'll fix it up, but really I don't.
And
I
I
don't.
have sales that go to Canada and Mexico, but I'm not set up like you are. When I try to have you help me get that set up and we never could fix it, I'm on some other program with Amazon where the orders can go to Canada or Mexico, but I'm not getting paid in the Canadian money that's then I'm not on the same deal, and I can't remember what it's called. There's a
I'm on the
different
NARF, but I don't know any other program.
yeah, NARF is what I thought it was called.
Well, we'll have to dive into that.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we figured out how to get streaming fixed.
Yay.
One problem at a time. All right, this one's a little on the long side. Question: I have a trademark complaint from an item I purchased on Target online. Oh,
I've had
I
them
have
too.
I have tried to submit the invoice, but Target's online invoice doesn't include their name, address, phone number. It is not being accepted. I've had them call me to confirm this is the reason. I assume Target will not be willing to change this info for me. I have written the rights owner no response. What should my next move be?
I'm curious what the product is, but yeah, those are tough.
Those are tough. And when I have my invoices, if they are more receipt like, which is what your Target online would be, I one, if you go to Target, you can download the receipt from there, and it looks really much nicer than if your receipts from the store. And then I just put in, I annotate both the ASIN and whatever else is missing. So I'm doing one I just applied to get ungated for DVDs this morning, and I annotated and put the address down in the bottom because it was not on the receipt.
And when you say you annotate it, you're talking about like you open up, say, Adobe, a PDF deal where you actually
Mhm.
are typing in their
Yep.
address and their phone number. It's sort of like manipulating a receipt, but it's not manipulating it. You're just adding it on there.
Yes, and I do it in blue ink so they're not thinking that I'm trying to like match the font or anything. I just add text and I put the store name, the store address, and put that in there. And then up by the product where I bought, I put this is for ASIN 1 2 3 4, and highlight the other information they need. So when the Amazon rep looks at it, they can easily see there's the address, there's the quantity, there's the name of the product, there's the ASIN right there. It's all lined up so that you can get it done. Furthermore, I would at this point maybe put in a call to the lawyer. My lawyer's address is always down below in the description. And if you cannot get a hold of the rights owner, you need to find another email, find a phone number, find their LinkedIn, call them up, go down there, something to get a hold of them to see if you can get that retraction.
But what
Because
I'm wondering is sometimes it's these other companies, like that one company that never
Mhm.
got back to me about the Uno cards.
Yep.
So a lot of these companies are hiring these third party people that will not respond to you. They just don't.
And then last, I mean, if you don't want to go to the lawyer route, there's the DAMF. Is it DAMF? Where's the, oh, I'll have to look it up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't
What's the
recall this.
acronym?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
in Amazon where you can write to them stating they
it's
give
only
you
for
the birth.
copyright. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
for
it's
copyright. It's not for intellectual property.
right.
And sometimes you get those two confused. I always have to think about, okay, intellectual property, copyright.
I think it's DCMA. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. I pulled up something. Okay. I'm gonna pop. This is a Amazon seller lawyer. This is one of Ed's videos, and it's on the DCMA, but it's only for copyright stuff. So that would be my last or other option if you are out there and it is a copyright claim. But I have had really good luck when companies won't talk to me, they talk to my lawyer, because my lawyer puts the smack down. I don't know what she does, but she makes it so that they have to respond to her. She's got
Mhm.
the umph behind her name to do that, and they usually do
And
a
that it does come
retraction.
from a legitimate attorney,
Yeah.
not just a person. Now, I have fought these things over the years. So usually when they don't email me back, especially if it is a person or a real company, not these third party deals that these companies are now hiring, I go so far as to finding them on LinkedIn. I
Hmm.
will call the corporate. Like I've Googled the attorneys that represent the companies and got them on the phone.
Yeah.
Once yeah, I once had an attorney come after me from San Francisco for coffee. And this was coffee that I was selling that I private labeled. And they didn't like the name of it because it was part of what the name of their company is. And now I love it though, because she said, when we Google, XYZ coffee, you're the one that comes up. And I thought, oh, thank you. That means I did such a great job. Right. But yeah, they were giving me a cease and desist. Well, it was a woman owned company. And I was talking to her. I said, look, I'm, just a woman owned company. I didn't realize that, I was violating this. I'm happy to pull the coffee off, but you're jeopardizing my selling privileges on Amazon. And she's like, oh, no, we don't want to do that. I'll retract that. And you don't even have to pull your copy. Just once you sell out, just don't sell it anymore. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
I've had that one before too. When I got on the phone with it was Scrubs.
Yeah.
scrub people, and they're like, oh, you can't sell our stuff on here. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. But I said that I would not do it, and then COVID hit. So anyhow, we will move on. Let's see here. I listed a product that already had a photo, but it was poor quality. Tried to get a new, better quality photo, and Amazon said I could not. What should you do in this situation?
Was
Make your
this
own
your
listing?
listing that you made the photo of, or was it an existing listing?
Existing listing.
Oh, those used to be easy to fix.
Yep.
Now they make it hard to fix.
It's really, really tough. You have to have the stars aligned if you want to get your photo put onto somebody else's listing and get it updated. Like, they can't be on the listing anymore, and other sellers can't be on the listing. There are ways to do it, but it's
And they
honestly.
usually want you nowadays, they want you to get a letter from the brand owner
Mm-hmm.
giving you permission to do it. And
Yep.
that used to not be the case. I understand why, because hackers come in and manipulate somebody's listing and ruin it. For the
Mm-hmm.
most part, most of us are trying to improve it because we want to sell it and we know it's not going to sell unless this listing looks great. And it's made it unfortunate and made it much harder for those of us that are trying to make it better.
Yeah, it does. It certainly does. All right, this one's kind of long. I got hit with the strangest trademark complaint yesterday. I was selling nostalgia bundt cake appliances, and Nordic Ware
Mm.
put in a complaint stating that they are the trademark owners of the word bunt. Really? So since the product I'm selling has the word bunt on it, it got taken down and I had to do a POA for a plan of action. Super annoying. Nordic Welsh sells dessert pans and Nostalgia sells appliances. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure the word bunt is considered a generic word, but per Amazon, they're the only ones that can use the word, and we now need permission from them to have it on Nostalgia's products. My POA was accepted. No idea how I'm going to get this one off my account. If your POA was accepted, then it will go off your account and it will fall off your dashboard in 6 months. So if it was accepted and you've
And
cleared
then
it
you
with
don't have
account
to
help,
worry about it. We
right?
had something like that at Christmas. I think it was this Christmas time. It seems like it was a year ago, but I think it was this Christmas with those cocoa bombs that were really popular at
Mm-hmm.
Christmas
Yep.
time. The chocolate balls at the store that had the marshmallows in them. Those chocolate bombs were so popular.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a couple of listings of chocolate bombs, and some company that does have chocolate bombs did the same thing, that you could not use the word chocolate bomb. And yet my packaging was from a well-known brand, that the one they were sold at Walmart is that brand Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm.
Frankfurt sells a lot of holiday seasonal candies and things. Frankfurt's packaging said chocolate bomb. So it seems to me they should have taken it up with Frankfurt,
Mm-hmm.
not me as an Amazon seller. I had to go in, and there were a lot of other people on the listings, but I had to open up a case with Amazon and get it to say chocolate ball. So I just changed the word. So in your case, if Amazon will allow you, you can take the word bunt out of the title and replace it with something else, round cake pan for what, just get creative and get the word bunt out of there. And most people will, they're going to find your listing, and you can use bunt in the back end in the keywords. So if somebody does type in bunt cake, cake bunt pan, yours will still pop up regardless of it not being in your title.
Can you use it in bullets? I want to say you can use it in bullets.
It might get flagged
All right, I've got some listings that I need to skirt
because there's
skirt
chocolate
around.
bombs.
Mm-hmm.
I had to replace in the listing. I said, chocolate ball for hot I put it in the bullet points, the titles, everything.
Yeah, and my take would also be to go to where things are trademarked and registered and see if bunt really is, and if it isn't, you can maybe do a screenshot and say, bunt is
Yeah, that's
not
a great
trademarked.
idea. What is that called? USPTO,
Yeah.
USPTO.com. And you
There
can
we go.
type that in to the search engine, and because that's the end all be all for trademark names. And
Yeah,
you could prove your case that way.
definitely. My eye is going binoculars here. I'll read this one and then I got to put some drops in. Hi, ladies. I've been selling on Amazon for 7 months, looking to scale a little faster. I do mostly OA with some RA. Do you suggest opening up wholesale accounts?
Yeah.
There's
Yes,
no
I
downside
do.
to it.
Yes, it's a big yes from me. Yes.
Sorry. I don't see any downside to opening wholesale accounts. There's only upsides. In fact, when COVID hit, some wholesalers stopped taking applications because there was such a flux. And so it was really good that we had some accounts already set up. And you just don't know what the future is going to be. Start getting those accounts and getting those relationships built. Oh my gosh. It's like my eyes came in contact with onions. These are really bad. Easter egg wise, my family uses them at Christmas to put money and other things in. They're super easy and cheap. And we had talked about Easter eggs selling well.
Yeah, I was like, did somebody just say that they use Easter eggs at Christmas? Is that what that question is?
Yeah.
I need to talk to them. I need to know more.
Well,
Why?
I'm thinking when they go on like 90% off at Walgreens, they're like 10 cents a piece or whatever, 30 cents a piece, grabbing some and targeting the Christmas time.
What? But why is that a tradition? I want to know because I mentioned this, I think the last time we were live, is I never understood how I was selling so many leftover Easter eggs at Christmas.
They're just
So
putting
I
like
want to know
money and
more,
candy and stuff in them and
but I've
putting
never
them.
heard of this before. Like I want to know, is it a tradition of that comes from somewhere?
I will ask them back in the comments.
I've always wondered.
Let's see here. Are damaged out items considered a loss on taxes? I don't know how my CPA does it, but I have to have a list of all the damaged items that she uses somewhere in taxes. I don't know where she puts that information in. So when things get back, let's say this bra here came back and it's like totally ruined or whatnot. If it's damaged or defective, Amazon's already paid me out, so then I don't log anything. But let's say that it was a customer return and Amazon did not, for whatever reason, I can't get Amazon to damage me out, then it would go on my damage report and she uses that at the end of the year. Like all of my Christmas candy that's getting sent back to me that just got submitted.
Ridiculous.
Super irritating.
I'm curious if other people out there, they have to be getting items sent back to them from Amazon that Amazon has found that has been there for years.
Yep.
I'm getting some pajamas sent back to me that I sent in when I still had my job, and I left my job in 2017 and they're just now sending them back to me. I just assumed I sold them years ago.
Yep. Yeah, I've had some weird ones pop back up in inventory that I'm like, where did this come from? This was out of the blue. If I bought a product on Walmart or Ross store, this would be the distributor in the invoice? ? Ross and Walmart aren't going to give you necessarily an invoice. Those are stores. They will give you a receipt.
Yeah.
But yes, they would be the distributor in that scenario if you can get that to go through. But I wouldn't suggest trying to get those to go through. They're probably going to get rejected. Let's see here. Just trying to go through comments. Somebody asked, feeling silly, but what do you mean? I think this is the last question too.
Okay.
What do you mean by Amazon shopping list? When I'm talking in my videos about a shopping list on Amazon, when you go to Amazon, you can create lists and they're called like wish lists. My kids have them for Christmas and their birthday. And as they see things like they want a pair of pajamas or they want whatever, a new whoozy what's, they will go into Amazon, they add it into their wish list. And then my mom or whoever you share that list with, it could be public or private, can go into that list and see what they put. And you can give that other person editing rights or just viewing. And if they buy that item and send it, like if my mom bought the pair of pajamas for my daughter that was on the list, it would take it off the list, so other people don't buy her the same.
Yeah, almost like a wedding registry or baby registry.
Yeah, exactly. So Tina and I have started using them for a lot of the stores that we shop at. So if I'm sitting here trolling and I'm looking at Dollar Tree and I'm looking at all the different bundles out there on Amazon for the Dollar Tree, I will just add that item to my list, and then Tina can see it and I can see it and I can go reference it later and look it up.
Yeah, and then the name of that list is Dollar Tree, or the name of the list might be Target or Walmart. They're just items that are on Amazon that we know that you can find at a particular store. So
Mm-hmm.
our list are named by the store that we know you can get them at. So then when you're in the store, you can open up your Amazon app and access your Amazon shopping list.
Yep. Exactly. So that's I've really liked it in terms of keeping track, because we've tried Google Keep Lists, we've tried Google Sheets, we've tried, pictures, we've tried all sorts of ways of keeping lists, and this way it just kind of keeps it on Amazon, so you can go grab the ASIN really quickly and you just open it up by store. It's really handy. When I walk into Dollar Tree, I open up my Amazon list and just kind of visually go through and say, oh yeah, I'm looking for this, looking for that, looking for this.
Yeah, and I love the Google Sheets for when I'm at home online sourcing.
That's true. That's really good too. Well, excellent, excellent. I am hopefully my eyeballs are doing better here. I am getting ready to eat dinner. What are you doing tonight, Tina?
We're just gonna be lazy tonight and watch TV.
I think that's what we're doing too.
It's Sunday, so I really don't do a lot of working on Sunday normally anyway.
Well, I will share this, and this is the kind of last chance, last call for any questions. I will share that I heard through the grapevine that you could get ungated with Christian Bookstore for DVDs, purchasing there. And I found some 99-cent DVDs with tax and shipping and everything. It's cost $17, which for me, it was worth the try. So I submitted for getting ungated with DVDs today, that route. And I just went to christianbookstore.com, sorted DVDs, the cheapest on the front, on the first. There was one for 59 cents. That one was not on Amazon, but the next one for 99 cents was. So that's the one that I got. And I did screenshots of everything. So if it goes through and works, I will do a video about it. But if it doesn't go through, then I'm out $17, and I'll have some DVDs to throw at people. I don't know. Maybe I'll string them up and go scare the birds out in the yard, something with it. But trying that out. So I was pretty excited about that this morning. Got that done. That was on my list of things to do. And doesn't look like we have any other questions. Thank you for those that joined us today.
Yeah.
And we are going to try come the 22nd, we just discussed Friday morning, we're going to start doing the Q&A on a weekly basis if we can get our stuff together. But more on that to come. So take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.